I just left Facebook, so y'all can come on YouTube now because I want to market to people I don't know. So y'all can come and see me prep for my stir fry. Hold on. I'm gonna share it to Facebook. Give me a second. All right. So I'm just gonna finish prepping until y'all come in. Look at this scallion. Look how big this one is. Okay. So I'm gonna start chopping up everything. And I'm making a chicken stir fry. When y'all come in, say hello. Tap the screen. Or if you're doing a recap, say recap. Give me a second.
Not in your way, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to do this.
Okay.
I really don't want it to be because it'll be a little smoky. I'm not trying to do this one. All right. Hello, hello. Hey, YouTube. So, I am making a chicken stir fry. When y'all come through, say hello. Let me know if you're watching from YouTube or Facebook. Let me see. I'm going to do a poll, okay? Watching from YouTube or Facebook. Can't be in the video. All right. I see we got a little bit more people coming on. All right. Do me a favor. As y'all are coming through, welcome to Yoyo's Kitchen, everybody. So I'm giving y'all a cooking show today, okay? We're a part of a cooking show. I'm prepping, so. Can y'all see that? All right. So right now, I'm cutting up the scallion, so I'm going to let y'all watch me prep, okay? I'm making a chicken stir fry. This is a huge, huge, huge scallion. Let me know where y'all watching from, okay? Also, take the poll, everybody. Tap, tap, tap the screen, everybody. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you're not subscribed, make sure you are. Share this live out. If you're from Facebook, say Facebook. So if you like stir fry, say yes. Sheila, if you jump on, let me know. You here? Okay. All right. So this is one piece, okay, of a scallion. I want y'all to see how big this scallion is. Look at this. This is huge. Look at that. Wow. Okay. So I'm gonna add this to the chicken. The chicken is already it's actually already cut up. Okay. It's already cut up. You can't come on here with that bullshit. Let me see something. Yep. All right. Already cut up. Okay, now check it out. All right, so this is the scallions. I'm gonna let y'all see right here. Okay, that's the scallion. This is a chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the scallions up in here. Hello, everybody. Tap, tap, tap the screen. Make sure y'all subscribe. Okay. So this is the scallions that I'm adding up in here right now. I am making a stir fry. Welcome to Yoyo's Kitchen, Houston, Texas, everybody. So if this is your first time here, you may have seen me do other stuff on this page, but really people know me for cooking. All right, so let me show y'all. Hold on. All right, so this is a stir fry. I've already kind of sauteed the chicken. I just added scallions, okay? Sorry, y'all. Hold on. I just added scallions, okay? I put garlic in there as well, spices. I marinated the meat with lemon, okay? Now, I've also used pure sesame seed oil, okay? So that's how we're looking right now. That's how we're looking right now. So the smell is kind of strong. It's a little strong. So I try to keep the top on with that sesame seed oil. It's like a real, it doesn't smell burnt, but it has a like kind of like a unique scent. If you're not following me, make sure you are. I'm gonna add a little bit of water in there. Keep this covered. Okay, let's go back over here. And make sure y'all do the poll. Let me know if you're watching from Facebook or if you are watching from YouTube. That's very important, okay? So let me put right here, subscribe to my channel. Let me see if I can write something right here. I don't know. All right, now, so we got the scallions up in there, right? So the other thing we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be doing a lot of chopping, okay? So we have the red bell pepper, we got the green bell pepper, we got the sweet onions. So that's just some of the things that I'm gonna actually put in there. All right, so let's get to chopping. And I do rinse off the vegetables and everything. All right, so let's go ahead and do the red bell pepper, okay? So normally for my stir fry, the way I do it, I'm just gonna go all the way around and I'm gonna cut it like that, leaving the stem in the middle, okay? Let's take that out. Now you see this part right here? I just kind of cut that part out, okay? I just trim it. I just trim it where it look like that. I cook a little fast, y'all, so y'all have to kind of follow me. All right, take that part out in the middle. When you come through, tap, tap, tap the screen, everybody. Like that. Okay. Now, when I'm making a stir fry, the way I like to do, I'll put it down and I just make like little squares. And you don't want to make them too little, okay? You don't want to make them too little. I don't like to do my stir fry too little, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw away this trash right here so I can put my new things in here. Give me a second, y'all. All right. So, if you are from YouTube, say YouTube, make sure y'all follow and hit the subscribe button. If you are from Facebook, say Facebook, okay? So I have my empty bowl. So now I'm just going to start transferring my cut up bell peppers over here for my stir fry. Same thing, just take your time. You could cut it how small, how big you want it. I like chunky pieces when I'm making a stir fry. So I don't want them too small, okay? Like this is nice pieces to me. All right, so this is the red bell pepper. And I'm just making pieces like that, okay? Everybody tap, tap, tap the screen if you are here. We're going to go ahead and move to the green bell pepper now. Oh, don't let me forget about the broccoli, y'all. Now, I normally go on, I normally go on Facebook when I do my cooking shows, but today I'm giving y'all a little treat. I'm letting y'all be a little nosy today. Okay? So I'm just taking the I don't want to do it right there. The inside part of the pepper, okay? Just the inside part of the pepper. And I'm making my little pieces, okay? And just kind of cleaning it up a little bit in the middle. Like that part right there, just cleaning it out, okay? Just clean it out. And I'll deal with that later. Alright. Again, here goes the bell pepper. So we already cut the red bell pepper, right? Okay, and it's in like little pieces like that. Actually, that was a little kind of small, so I'm gonna do pieces a little bit bigger. And it doesn't have to be, they don't have to be the same size. It doesn't have to be the same size, okay? You could cut it how you like to cut it. All right? All right, so I already cleaned the inside of the bell pepper. I'm just gonna go straight down in the middle, and I'm gonna make 4 pieces out that one piece. Now this to me is a good size, okay? Everybody tap, tap, tap the screen. Let me know where you're watching from. Welcome to Yoyo's Kitchen. I am making a chicken stir fry today. I've already marinated my chicken breast. Actually, I use split chicken breast and I cut it up into strips. Okay, what I had was still a little frozen, but not all the way, to make sure I can make like sharper cuts. Okay, clean it, vinegar, water. Then I marinate it with some lemon, some fresh lemon. Okay, and then rinse it off, clean it off, vinegar and water again, rinse it, make sure it's nice and clean. And then that's when I started seasoning it. Okay, so these are more. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the sweet onion, okay? As you come through, tap, tap, tap the screen. I'm going to show y'all how I cut up my onions. So I'm giving y'all a different kind of show today, all right? If you are from TikTok, if you're from YouTube, say YouTube. I want y'all to answer the poll. If you are from Facebook, I want y'all to say Facebook, okay? So I kind of know where y'all are watching from. That's good for me to know. But pretty much, I've been trying to come on YouTube a little bit more often so people can get familiar with me. So my name is Yolanda from Houston, Texas. I've been doing cooking shows for about 8 years on Facebook. A lot of people know me from there. I have 2 cookbooks. So if anybody need my cookbook, just let me know. Okay, I have 2 cookbooks. All right, so this is a sweet onion. This is how I like to do for my stir fry. I will cut it in the middle, just like that. I cut it in half, just like that, okay? Same thing to this side. So this one is nice and fresh. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to chop up nothing. I'm just going to break it apart, okay? I'm just going to break it apart, just like that. See? See like this? You know when you go to the Chinese restaurant, right? You notice that the onions are shaped like that, right? Okay? That's how I like my onions in my stir fry. All right, and I do like to put at least two things of onions. Okay, and it's so easy to break it apart. It pretty much breaks apart on its own. Okay, it breaks apart pretty much on its own, y'all. Tap, tap, tap the screen, everybody. Let me know where you're from in the chat. Everybody, let me know where you're from. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, okay? This is kind of big. So what I did is just kind of broke it in half, okay? And I'm just going to break it apart, okay? Same thing right here. These fumes are real strong with the Chinese seasonings and things like that, right? All right, you see how big that is? That's pretty big, okay? So I'm just gonna chop this in half. Okay, I just decided to chop that up just a little bit. All right, so now you can see how the onions are looking. The onions are looking like that. Okay, now I have one bell pepper. I already cut up one bell pepper. I also cut up one red bell pepper. Um, I may cut up another green bell pepper because I have the red bell peppers for color, just to make it look really nice presentation wise. Okay, you always want to put some bright, beautiful colors, and so I like to do that and incorporate that when I, make my vegetables, especially for your stir fry. All right, so like I said, just go in the middle, just clean it up a little bit, just clean it up. Okay. Unless you like that part of the bell pepper, then you can keep it and you don't have to take it out. But me personally, when I do a stir fry, because I use serrano peppers and I also use sometimes jalapeno peppers. If you're from Facebook, say Facebook. Tap, tap, tap the screen, y'all. All right, let's see if I can see y'all comments a little bit faster. Sometimes it's slower here. All right, so y'all see how wide that is, right? So I'm just gonna cut it in chunks, basically. Gonna go in half, and I'm just gonna make 4 pieces out of that little one piece. Okay, so you want sizes like this. You want some nice sizes. You don't want no small pieces because you're gonna see how beautiful it's gonna look in the end. Now I am gonna cut, um, and I'm putting everything over here, okay, while I'm chopping it up. So like I said, chop it up to your preference. This is how I like mine. Okay. All right. Now, something new I also got. Well, it's not something new, but I didn't add it last time when I did a stir fry. But this time, I'm going to be adding dun, 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 bok choy. Yeah. I may do this last. This is going to probably wilter down kind of easy with the steam. The onions and stuff like that may wilter down a little, take a little bit longer. I'm going to start adding these things in a second, okay? So now we're going to the second onion. I just like to put a slit like this to kind of take that outer layer of the onion skin off. It just comes off a little bit easier like that when I'm cooking. And then, everybody have their own little way. I have my own ways of how I cook. All right. Same thing. Same thing, y'all. So I use the sweet onions. You can use whichever onion you choose. I'm going to cut it in half, okay? Cut it in the middle. Cut it in the middle. Remember, you want big pieces of onions, okay? And then you're just going to break it apart, just like that, okay? If it doesn't come loose, it's okay. It's all good. All right? Just like that. If it's too big, just cut it in half, all right? Other than that, I like chunkiness. I like my vegetables to be nice and chunky where I can see it in my stir fry, okay? And just break it apart. Because it's just going to look like layers. You know how onions are, right? And that's how you're going to get it when you eat real Chinese food and you go to the restaurant. Now, I'm not for sure their precision, how they break up their onions, but this is just how I do it, okay? Oops. I'm going to trim this a little bit. Uh-oh. I'm going to rinse all this stuff out. I'm going to rinse all of this out again before I even put it in the pot. Okay? Hold on, y'all. All right. And we're going to go ahead and break this apart. Okay? Now, this is looking good. And I'm still not finished because I still have to prep and add the broccoli. Now, the broccoli, I like to clean it in vinegar and water. I like to let it soak a little bit and shock it a little bit in some ice water. All right? So, we're going to bring y'all over here, as you can see, okay? We're going to take this off. Okay? Let's go ahead and mix this chicken up, okay? Chicken looks good. Scallions up in there. Now, this is the part right here This is where you want to start adding. You want to start adding your vegetables, okay? I'm gonna rinse this off really quick. Give me a second, y'all, and y'all can look at that. All right. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start adding. Ooh. I'm gonna start adding my veggies. Follow me from Facebook. Say Facebook. Everybody do the poll right there. These are all my fresh vegetables. Nicely cut. Y'all just see me cut it. And now I'm gonna add it to the pot. Okay? So you're gonna see me add it. Alright. Now that's when those beautiful colors gonna start coming in. Okay? You wanna start incorporating all of those nice colors together. We're gonna be adding some more stuff, okay? So we are not finished. We are not finished. Hello, hello, everybody. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel if you love Creole inspired food, because that's what I cook. My family from Marshville, Louisiana. I do have two cookbooks. I've been around for a minute. Y'all may not know me on here on well, you probably know me from my channel, but I've been doing cooking shows for a while. Yoyos Kitchen. So if you need my cookbooks, let me know. I cannot see your comments. If they're good comments, I can't see nobody comments. All right, but just go ahead and say whatever you like. It's good over here. All right. So anyway, we mixing it. We mixing it. All right. All right. Now let's go ahead and incorporate. And can y'all see? I'm gonna turn y'all around. Y'all see the beautiful colors? Isn't it pretty? Y'all see the chicken, right? Gonna have to do the rice and stuff. I like to eat jasmine rice. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to make sure y'all can see now. All right. Can y'all see that? So now what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add some. Let's go ahead and add this. And I got the one with 38% less sodium. So you know, soy sauce is salty. So you don't want to add too much, okay? It smells good. Okay. So let's go ahead and add a little bit of that. Not a whole lot, but a generous amount. Now, I'm going to go ahead and throw in just a little bit more of the pure sesame seed. I can see the hearts. The pure sesame seed. Oh, look how much I used already. This one comes from Kroger's. All right, I'm going to drizzle because this is going to give it that Chinese taste, okay? Now, I don't have any basil. I'm going to also I'm not using my spice today. I'm using Tony Saturates. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that. You don't want it to be too salty because the soy sauce is gonna kind of give it the salty taste a little bit. You want to mix it well, okay? And you want it to kind of cook slow. You don't want your vegetables to be. You want them to be tender, but not too tender, if that makes sense, okay? All right, so this is how it looks so far. I'm gonna add some black pepper as well, right here. And then we're gonna go back and we're gonna cut some broccoli. All right, so you're gonna get a whole bunch of vegetables over here. I'm gonna also add a little bit of water because you don't want it to dry out. All right, so you don't want to add too much. I'm gonna go around like that. Okay. I added about a cup of water. I'm gonna mix it well so that way your meat doesn't get dried out, okay? And just mix it. You don't want to over mix it, okay? So let it just kind of do that. And I'm gonna add another piece of garlic. Alright, so that's my garlic. I'm gonna add a little bit more, chop it down into smaller portions. And there you go. That's gonna give it more flavor. Alright, so one more time. We're just gonna mix everything one more time. One good time, okay? Alright, that's it, just like that. And we're gonna cover. You don't have to cook it super high because we still cutting stuff up. So you don't have to cut. Don't have it all the way up too high. Alright, so let's keep going. Now I am going to rinse off the broccoli. So it's very important. Make sure y'all clean y'all vegetables real good, y'all. So as you can see, I added. I don't have no music today because you know YouTube kind of strict. Okay. Anyway, I was craving this. I love vegetables. Ooh, broccoli. So we got some broccoli, fresh broccoli. Okay. I got 3 bunches of broccoli. Okay. Look how pretty. Say, ooh. Look how pretty the broccoli is. So fresh. Okay. So what I like to do is rinse it a little bit. Rinse it, rinse it, rinse it. Okay. Now, oh man, I don't have any more vinegar. That sucks. I don't have any more vinegar, y'all. Because I'm always cleaning stuff with vinegar. Alright. Anyway, let's go over here. So we still have a few more things. Oh, let's see how fast I can do this. My daughter get out of school in a little bit. Okay. Now, the secret with your vegetables, you just don't want it to be overcooked. You still want it to have that nice, like, crispiness. Okay. Oh, I forgot to shock my broccoli. Damn it. I forgot to shock the broccoli. But it's okay. It's all right. So, ooh, look at the broccoli. Okay. So I'm about to go ahead and trim it up. Okay. Trim it up. And I do want it to be nice and thick in texture. I can slim it down a little bit. Okay. Slim it down a little bit like this. Like that. Okay. I like chunkiness. Chunky. I want my stir fry to be a little chunky. Okay. But if you want to slim it down a little bit, you could cut your broccoli in half. And pretty much the broccoli is pretty much already kind of divided. The broccoli crowns. So this is broccoli crowns. Okay. I like for the stalks to be a little bit long. You can always, cut it in an angle or whatever. Give it a little bit more dimension. But who cares about that when you're eating, right? If you love broccoli. But I'm just going to trim it up a little bit. Just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. Okay, like that. Nice chunks. That's how you like to see your broccoli when you get your Chinese food, right? And you go to a Chinese restaurant. Well, you in Yoyo's kitchen today, baby. We're going to do it the way I like it. Let me tell you, I made this for my family before, and I had to make more because I made it maybe 2 days in a row. I had made it like 2 times that week because they had enjoyed it so much. So when I cook, I just cook. But, I feel like, It's kind of hard to explain. Cooking is not hard. You just cook from your heart. It's like something that I just kind of grew up with, watching my grandmother, watching my mom cook. So you just kind of pick up on things when you move out by yourself and you living on your own or whatever. If you have company, whatever, you kind of learn how to do things gradually as you living on your own to be more responsible adult, right? But cooking has always been my passion. It's always been a part of, I guess you can say, my culture. Even though I'm black, all my family's from Morrisville, Louisiana. So my cooking style is Creole. Creole. Okay? Creole inspired food. And my cookbook's also Creole inspired. Okay? So if you need my cookbook, say cookbook down below. It's so weird, y'all. I cannot see. I can see people coming in. Everybody that's here, please make sure you follow me, okay? Again, make sure you also, if you from Facebook, say Facebook. Everybody take my poll. If you are new watching me here on YouTube, I just decided to come here today. And shout out to everybody who has been subscribing. My numbers are going up, 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 up. I haven't been doing a lot of cooking shows. I kind of slacked a little, but I would never stop doing my cooking shows because that's what I'm known for. That's what a lot of people actually know me for. It's for my cooking. Okay. And y'all, this sesame seed oil is a little strong. Okay. So if you can't, like, I'm cooking at my mom's house, right? Because they love when I cook this. She can't take a lot of fumes. So whoever you with, live with, or whatever, or if you're cooking for somebody, make sure, sometimes people can't take the aromas. My mom is one of those people. All right, so I want y'all to see. I just chopped up the broccoli. I'm going to rinse it again. Okay. I'm going to rinse it again. I don't like to make too much of a mess. So as I'm cooking, I kind of try to clean up a little bit. Now, the next thing we're going to chop up, y'all, is the bok choy. The bok choy. If you had bok choy before, say yes, no. Maybe so. Okay. Ooh, bok choy. Chinese cabbage. That's all it is. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's rinse this out. I'm finna check on the food. Give me a second. Okay. I'm gonna rinse off the broccoli real quick. Can y'all see? All right. That's cooking down really, really good. Okay. So now I'm just gonna rinse this off. If you're from Facebook, say Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe, y'all. If you're not subscribed to Yoyo's Kitchen, go ahead and subscribe now because I may surprise y'all with some more videos. And make sure you go back and look at the chili video that I did on New Year's. That was a good one. All right, so I'm already cleaning the broccoli. So now we're just gonna put everything in here, okay? All right, now let's see. I also like to kind of wash my hands too. As I go along, always make sure you wash your hands, to stay sanitized. Okay. Now, another thing I wanted to do, hold on, y'all. Another thing I wanted to do was I wanted to also cook. I'm still trying to think if I should because I just got it today. Okay, got some ribeyes from Kroger's. Okay, so I do have some ribeyes. Now that's chicken. So what I was gonna do, I was gonna probably sear one ribeye and add it to the stir fry. Let me know if y'all think I should do that. Do you think I should add one ribeye and chop it up? I don't like to eat ribeye like that because it's such a good piece of beef meat. But let me know, all right? But I do have some ribeye. Okay, hold on. Now, I'm gonna add the broccoli. Okay. Can y'all see that pretty good? Everything is being, cooked down pretty good. I cleaned the broccoli. Let's go ahead and put that in. That's a nice amount of broccoli right there. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and just mix this up, okay? Let's go ahead and mix it with everything that's in the pot, okay? We have a lot of good vegetables up in there. Have a lot of nice chunky pieces of meat up in there. You want this to slowly steam, okay? So now that I added that, and I added that broccoli, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of sea salt, okay? A little bit of sea salt. And I'm also gonna put some more sodium, like, what's this? 38% less sodium to give that broccoli a better taste, but not too much, okay? Not too much. All right. All right, so what we're gonna do now, we are going to cover this, okay? We're gonna cover it just like that. It's layers and layers of flavors. Once you understand the layers of flavor, then you can keep going. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta know how much seasoning. It just come natural. As you keep cooking, everything just kind of come natural. Okay. If you're enjoying the live, tap, 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 tap. Tap the screen, y'all. If you are enjoying my live. I miss my cooking shows. I really do. Okay. Let's go ahead and add. Now we still gotta cook the rice, okay? This is a bok choy. This is the smallest one that I could actually find at Kroger's. So this is what it's called, bok choy. You can look it up if you want to. Bok choy is just, it's like a Chinese cabbage, and it tastes really good. I love the way the leaves look. The leaves look so pretty. Now you see that? That's the reason why you gotta clean your stuff. You see that? You gotta clean this stuff good. You see all that dirt? Look at that. You see that? You don't want that in your food. That's where vinegar come in line. Look at that. Okay? Always wash your vegetables. I need to take a picture of that. I really, really do need to take a picture of this. So y'all gonna have to hold on for just a second. Look, as I'm breaking it down. I'm gonna take a picture of this. Okay? You need to know when you cooking. That's why you need to clean your fruits and your vegetables with. Even when I juice and I do my juicing classes, I rinse all of my stuff with vinegar and water. Okay? Because when you juice it, you don't know who hands been touching it. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. And that's the reason why I actually took a picture. I'm going to be posting that because it's very important. I just want you to see. And I mean, anybody that have common sense, you will automatically know, okay, this is not clean. All right. I don't even want to cut it. I don't even want to cut it with it like that, in that fashion. All right. So. All right, so I think I'm actually out of vinegar, okay? So I'm just gonna clean it good. And I may even just throw a little bit of salt on it. And this is warm water, okay? So I'm just gonna let it soak for a little bit. And then I'm gonna chop it up, okay? So I'm just gonna let it soak a little bit. Okay. So it's more like on a branch part. So you can if you have like a little scrubber, a veggie scrubber. If you have a veggie scrubber, you can use your veggie scrubber. Tap, tap, tap the screen. Make sure you subscribe to Yoyo's Kitchen, everybody. Because you may see some things that I do very different from a lot of people, okay? All right. I'm going to let it just rinse through it just a little bit, okay? I don't have any regular vinegar, but however, I'm going to put a little bit of it. I don't have any regular vinegar, okay? So I'm just going to just put what I got. And just make sure that inner part is very clean. That's the main thing. You want to make sure that's clean, okay? Make sure it's clean. I did add a little bit of salt to the water, okay? Yeah. Now that looks so much better. So much better. If you can't see people clean their food like this, I wouldn't eat it. All right? That's why people get sick. And I don't care where you buy your food from. Food trucks, wherever it may be. You got to make sure that people are washing their hands, wearing gloves before you eat people's food. You know, just go with people you trust. Even the restaurants, you really don't know if they cleaning their food properly. So I want y'all to see how much cleaner they look. Look at that. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to combine these two bok choys. And I'm going to just cut the end. Okay? So I just chop off the end part. So now what I'm going to do, because these are like greens a little bit, okay? You don't want to do small pieces. You want to do kind of like a rough chop. A rough chop, okay? Like that. You just want to do a rough chop, okay? As you can see, it wasn't, even though they look kind of chunky, just kind of cut off the ending piece. And you want to keep chopping, okay? I'm going to rinse this again before I even put it, you know. Hold it firmly, okay? And just give it a rough chop, okay? There you go. Now we're going to add that. Okay. Again, you don't have to do it too thin, okay? That part probably going to be kind of crispy. And just a rough chop with the leaves, okay? About nice, you know, nice little pieces like that, okay? All right, so I cut up the bok choy. Now I do have a few more pieces left, but I'm gonna have to, you know, rinse it. I'm gonna go ahead and I just chopped off the bottom part right here. All right, tap, 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 tap the screen, everybody. If you are enjoying my video, just let me know, okay, that you're enjoying my video. Hold on, y'all. All right. And now these pieces right here will be so good in a salad, okay? And look, it gets smaller. So it's different sizes as you cut in your bok choy, okay? So again, rough chop, okay? Like that. And that's how it looked when I chopped it up, okay? And I'm just gonna drop it right here in the bowl. Okay. I could cut up one more red bell pepper if I really wanted to. I got plenty of garlic in the stir fry already. I do have another red bell pepper and I do have another green bell pepper, right? I may save this for something else. I think I have enough veggies in there, and I normally don't put the bok choy, so we're gonna rinse this off again, and we're gonna incorporate it and put it with the stir fry. Okay, y'all. So come on, let's go over here. Rinse this off. The broccoli is already in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and just with some cool water. Okay, and just kind of rinse that off again. Okay, and I'm doing it with cool water so it can kind of shock it a little bit. All right, I've been on for 45 minutes. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, and if y'all do a recap, make sure y'all say recap. Okay, one more time. Let's rinse it one more time, y'all. You don't have to be rough with it, just be gentle. Okay, just be a little gentle with it. And like I said, if you have regular vinegar, you can throw a little bit of vinegar to get that extra cleansing. Okay. All right. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna turn it back right here so y'all can see. And now, as you can see, the broccoli, everything is kind of wiltering down. You want to go ahead and incorporate it because you know the spices and stuff is down there. Oh damn! I don't drop the chicken down there. God, I'm gonna have to throw it away. Ugh. All right. So let's go ahead and add the bok choy pieces. All right, y'all. So you just kind of want that to wilter down. This is kind of how it looks. Okay, bok choy that I chopped up. Okay, that's gonna make it even more healthier with all these fresh vegetables. Then you want to kind of mix it just a little bit, but don't over mix. Okay, don't over mix. All right, so there you go. We added the bok choy. All right, now instead of me using this, I think I want to use a spoon. So let me get a spoon. All right. I'm going to add a little bit more black pepper. Okay, so more black pepper. A little bit more sesame seed oil. I've been using a lot of this stuff, y'all. I'm going to put a little bit of garlic salt. I'm going to go ahead and drizzle lightly some more of that soy sauce. That is 38% less sodium. Don't forget that. Okay? Because if you get the regular one, you have to be very careful. Because it'll make your food taste really salty. So I think you're safer using the sodium-free one. Okay? Then you can kind of test out your salt level. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is mix it. So now we got the broccoli in there. I'm taking my spoon because I want to incorporate the bok choy. Okay, y'all? So, you see the chicken is at the bottom. You see that? We got them big pieces of onions, bell peppers, the red pepper for color, for a pop of color. Okay? Uh-oh. And I'm just making sure it kind of grabs that gravy down at the bottom. Okay? Now, something else I'm going to do. Okay? Bok choy is gonna cook kind of fast. Mmm. Ooh, you can taste the garlic. You can taste the spices. It tastes good. Really good, okay? Now, what I want to do, I may add a little bit of water at the bottom. just to give it a little bit more liquid. Okay, and I'm gonna add some sugar. All right, I'm gonna add 1 more cup of water, but not on top of the vegetables. I'm gonna go around. Okay, around. I am gonna put just like a few scoops of sugar to give it a nice sweetness with the gravy. So I'm gonna do 3 scoops, okay? Alright. So as everything is mixing up, we're gonna go ahead since I added a little bit of that uh, bok choy, and it's gonna make a nice gravy as I can tell already. Alright. That's why I say you don't want to stir it around too much, okay? Not too much. Woo! Alright. I'm gonna add a little bit more black pepper. Okay? A little bit more. Now, if I wanted to spice this up more, I could add a little bit of serrano. I don't want to make it too pepper because my mom can't eat a lot of pepper stuff. So I try to make my food when I'm cooking for them so they can eat it too. Even though I don't think my spicy is real spicy. Okay. Everything is in there. Bok choy, broccoli, bell peppers. So now all I have to do is steam some rice. Okay. So that's how it's looking. Let me turn this around. So this is my stir fry. It's just gonna let it cook low. Low and slow. Okay? That's how it look. Alright. So if you want to make this meal, you can also make this meal for your family. It doesn't take long. The longest part actually is cutting everything up. Okay? I'm a fast cooker. It doesn't take me long. Once I know what I'm making, it don't take me very long. Okay? It just doesn't because I'm just so used to cooking. All right. So thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all so much for watching. And I hope y'all enjoyed this live. Okay. My name is Yolanda. I'm from Houston, Texas. And this is Yoyo's Kitchen. And I hope y'all make this stir fry. If y'all make this stir fry, let me know. If you enjoyed the live, tap, 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 tap the screen. If you haven't subscribed, y'all, make sure you subscribe, okay? Because I'll be coming on a little bit more often. But I wanted y'all to see what I was cooking today. I wanted y'all to see what I was cooking. All right, see y'all later. Bye now. Thank y'all for watching.